Welcome to God's Got This podcast. I'm your host, Dawson Muck. If you're a first-time listener, check out my first episode to hear the story about my injury that changed my life and has put me on this journey of being a quadriplegic. I hope y'all enjoy. Malfunctions.
Yeah.
Didn't record anything that we said, so we talked for like an hour and a half and
Didn't even know it was not getting anything that we were saying.
yeah, didn't get anything. So we're gonna talk about the same stuff that we talked about Sunday. But what's Claire gonna be for Halloween tonight?
I think she's going to be Rapunzel.
Is she?
Yeah, I think
Well,
so. She don't have the blonde hair for Rapunzel, but
Does she have a wig?
if we do, she's not going to wear it.
Oh yeah. Well, I know Carly said that she wasn't gonna wear Rapunzel anyways because it's itchy.
I think since it's cold today, we were able to put some like long sleeve shirt and long pants, and so now she won't feel the outfit. So we're going to rock with that. We have there's a fairy outfit and a just regular princess outfit. So,
okay, so you've got
she'll wear
multiple.
one of the three.
Yeah, you got multiple.
Whatever she's feeling. She might not even wear an outfit. We don't know yet. She's kind of her own boss, so she tells us what to do.
Yeah, that's the truth. But it's October too. You know what that means, Dom.
Well, normally I would say beginning of basketball or something like that, but
I mean, like if you were me, what is October?
I would assume that it's probably hunting.
That's it, hunting season. A little late. We haven't been yet, but we will.
Yeah.
For too long, we're just way too busy. But
And I think y'all got did you get like a trailer or something to take with y'all?
oh yeah, we got not a side by side. I already have a side by side.
Yeah, a trailer to kind of pull the
yeah,
side by
camper.
side, but a camper. Yeah, that's
Toy hauler camper. We got that, so we'll be able to go back to Beaver for rifle season right before Thanksgiving. So we're almost there. We're not quite ready yet to go this season. But that's what we're going to talk about on today's episode is my gun mount that allows me to be able to hunt and show you. We're going to show you a video of it and kind of explain the stuff that goes on with it. And then I'm going to talk about my hunt that I went on at the Circle B Bar Ranch this last December. So we'll show pictures of that at the end, so y'all stay tuned. Stay till the very end to see the picture of the animals that I killed up there. But so I first got to Craig. We're going to start from the beginning. First got to Craig. One of the first things they did was ask, "What's your hobbies?" And obviously, Dom, what was the first thing I told him, you think?
Well, I'm gonna put two and two together. It's hunting season, and that's like your favorite thing to do. So we'll go with hunting.
Yeah, there you go.
He wants to know how to shoot. I'm assuming
that was it. I said I gotta. You found me a way to hunt, and I'll die a happy man. And so it wasn't a week or 2 weeks in, and they had a gun mount that I have now. They have one that you could test at the hospital at Craig. And so I actually went down in the basement and shot a pellet gun into the wall of the basement to a little sticky target and hit bullseye. I bullseyed first time, not first shot, but first time in there. That was the first time anyone's ever done that on their first try. Not to brag or anything.
So they've had other people there try to shoot the pellet gun?
Yeah. Cool. They've had people try it out. Just no one hit bullseye first day.
Well, looks like you're goated.
Yeah, I guess so. But so I got to test it out there, and obviously like it was something that we wanted. And so I got one not long after I got home, but when I did it at Craig, my mom videoed it, put it on Facebook. So some of y'all probably saw the video. But a guy named Larry Hart, who works for Buckmasters, which is, you know what Buckmasters is, Dom?
Well, I know that's the place that you went to go hunting, but I don't know much about them. But from the things that you've told,
It's just it's like a TV show, hunting TV show that's one of the original. It may be the original.
Is it a pretty popular TV show?
It's the most. I would say the most popular one. It's the longest. I'm pretty sure it's one of the like first original, the OG hunting shows is Buckmaster. So it's been around for a long time. But Larry Hart saw the video, reached out to my mom, messaged her on Facebook, and said that they wanted to sponsor me for a hunt. And at first it was almost like it seemed like to us that it was kind of a scam.
Like a scam?
Yeah.
Facebook scam?
Yeah, because it was like, hey, we want to sponsor your son for a hunt.
Yeah.
All you got to do is fill out information. And so we were like, yeah, I don't know about that.
Like, is this real? Or are you this real guy?
Yeah, is this, yeah. So we actually, I don't even think my mom, she might have responded. But then when I was going home or just got home, I don't remember exactly. But a little while later, he reached out again.
Oh, okay.
Sent like the paperwork and stuff, and was like, just fill this out. We'll get them on, take them on a hunt.
Yeah.
So December 6th, 7th, 8th, or 7th, 8th, 9th, I don't remember. Early December of last year.
Shortly after you got back.
Yeah, not long after I got back, we loaded up and headed to Brownwood, Texas, and went to the Circle B Bar Ranch, and did a 3-day, I guess it was just a 2-day hunt, on a high fence there, but we didn't really know much. We didn't know much about the hunt. Like, we didn't really know many of the details. We just knew that Friday morning we were meeting at the hotel that we were staying in. We were meeting Larry Hart at the hotel, and didn't really know what he looked like, but we figured there was a dude in camo like in the lobby, and it's not a very big hotel, so
he was wearing camo.
Oh yeah,
in the
he
lobby.
was ready. He was ready to go because we went hunting that day.
That day. Oh, okay.
So he was ready.
So you checked in the hotel and went hunting the same day you checked in.
Yeah. So we got there Monday morning, or not Monday morning. We got there Friday morning. We actually left Thursday, stayed the night, and then went the rest of the way and got to our hotel Friday morning. And we all met there because there was 2 other hunters.
Yeah.
2 other girls that hunted with us. Or they had a hunt too. They sponsored them too. So we met in the lobby and then went and ate lunch, and then we went out to the ranch, but we didn't know where we were going. So we eat lunch, we load up. My dad pulled my side-by-side, which is another thing. I didn't even say anything about that. I've got a side-by-side too that my dad's cousin, he took the passenger seat out and put a platform on wheels. So I've got a ramp. I've got pictures of that. We'll throw those on there.
Yeah. I've seen that, and I didn't ride in it, but I've gotten in it and checked it out.
There was
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can. So I've got a ramp, like a portable ramp that goes up on this sliding.
It's hard to explain talking about it, but I know it comes out. It has like a little ramp, or you put your ramp on, right?
Right.
And then you go up on, and then you get in there, and then you push it back in.
Yeah.
And then you're the passenger.
Yeah, I'm like sitting where the passenger seat would be. It locks in, so it's safe. As safe as like a redneck can make it.
Right. It is rigged up, but it's still nice.
Yeah, it's nice, but it's like it's not by any codes. Like, it's just like my dad's cousin was like, I know how to weld a little bit,
so let's rig it up.
Yeah, so we literally dropped it off. He didn't really have I think he kind of had the idea of like the platform on wheels.
Yeah.
Other than that, he was just rolling
I'm
with
just going with
it.
it.
So we dropped it off, and then like 2 or 3 months later, we went back, and he's like, "Well, I think this will work."
Yeah.
And we tried it out. I was like, "Heck,
Smart
yeah, it'll
dude.
work." Because he actually put a ramp on it
Yeah.
that was like a big metal ramp,
Yeah.
and it was a little bit too steep, so he just took it off. And I've got that one that's not hard to handle.
Yeah.
So I've got my side by side. So we had it for the trip. So my dad drove separately. He had to take his truck, pull the trailer with my side by side on it. So me and my mom were in my van, and we get done eating caravan. Larry Hart's like, follow me. So we're driving out there, and we don't know where we're going. I saw on Larry's trailer the Circle B Bar Ranch, so I figured this must be where we're going.
Yeah.
So we're headed out there, and like we're in the middle of nowhere, and there's like a high fence, like ranches.
Yeah.
We're coming into like the high fence ranch area, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
just everyone that lived in this area
Had
had
high
high
fence.
fences. Yeah. So we come. We're on this road, and we're driving. And I look to the left, and I'm like, "Mom, look at the roads on that ranch. They're like nice paved roads, like way nice roads, like
Yeah.
daggum highway roads. Yeah, way nice." And I'm like, "Holy crap!
Yeah.
That person, they must have some moolah."
Right.
Because like I did, it was legit paved roads going through the ranch, and so we're looking for the Circle B Bar, something to say it on there.
Right.
So this is on the left side of the road, so we drive a little further, and on the right side of the road there's an entrance,
Yeah.
and on the top it says Circle B Bar Ranch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, that must be where we're going. It's not high fenced." So I'm like, that must be where we're going. Well, Larry drives right past it. So I'm like, okay, maybe we're not going to Circle B Bar Ranch. Well, then he doesn't go much further past that, and he turns left
Yeah.
into the ranch with the paved roads.
Dang.
into
Paved
that one.
roads.
Yeah, into that one. I'm like, oh my gosh, these like, obviously, we're thinking we're not going to see these people anyways.
Yeah, the owners and
They're
stuff.
probably they're probably like rich old buttheads. I mean, honestly, like I feel like that's kind of like the stereotype.
Yeah.
So we pull in there, and I'm like, oh man, these people are like way buttheads.
Yeah.
They're like, we're definitely not going to see these people.
Paved roads.
Yeah,
nicer than Oklahoma roads.
Yes. Yeah. And it wasn't no Oklahoma dirt road, I'll tell you that. No sulfur back road. And it was like nice road. It was way nicer than the road we were driving.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we pull in, and as we're coming in the entrance, there's this huge building. I'm like, that must be his house. That must be their house.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Their house was the not high fence that was on the right side of the road.
Yeah.
That's where they have a bunch of cattle and stuff on that
Okay.
side of the road. And they've got like their foreman that takes care of all their cattle and stuff. He lives on that side of the road along with the owners.
Oh, dang.
And like he's got a big house, but their house was like
Massive.
unbelievably huge. And this big building was the like the cabin. They called it the cabin,
Yeah.
but like
It wasn't a cabin.
No.
It was like a.
it would fit like a cabin that you're thinking of. It would fit like 40 of them in there.
Yeah.
Like it was huge, big cabin building, big metal building, and it's got like deer mounts all over it.
Yeah.
Just like wild. And he goes on a bunch of hunts and stuff.
Like exotic. Hunts.
Yeah, so exotic animals everywhere. It was way nice. So
Dang.
we pull in, and like I've said multiple, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're getting into. Like, what,
Yeah.
you know. So we pull in. There's guys like standing around outside. So we pull up. My mom lets the ramp down, and it barely hits the ground. And this dude comes running up the ramp. Hey, my name's Austin. I'm your guide this weekend. You know, it's nice to meet you. What can I do to help you get out? Is there anything I can help you get? And I'm like, well, if you'll just get out of my way, I can get out. You don't have to help me. I can get out.
He was excited, huh?
Oh yeah, excited. He was excited as all get out. And so, so I come off the ramp, come out of the van, going towards all the people and all the guys that were outside, and met all these dudes. Great people. It's a family owned and ran ranch. So like,
Okay.
well, I'll get to that. So I wheel off, meet all these dudes, go inside. He's showing me around and stuff, and I'm like, where do the owners live? Like,
Yeah.
where are they at? Like, obviously they're not here. You own something like this,
Yeah.
you're like big chilling in Hollywood, or like something like at their beach house on. They might own some of the ocean.
Yeah.
Like they're like,
That's funny.
like you can just, they've got money. You
Yeah.
can tell. And he's like, well, you remember Steve Bill that you met outside? I was like, yeah. It's like, that's the owner. I was like, what? Like, that guy wasn't in a suit.
Yeah.
Like, that guy
He's like,
doesn't look like
a businessman or
yeah,
something.
he don't look like he's a rich man. And he's
Yeah.
like, that's him. I was like,
Bill the
really?
billionaire.
Yeah, he is a legit billionaire. He
That's awesome.
So he started a business from Brownwood, moved off oil field business,
Oh, dang.
started an oil field business, then sold it for like $2 or $3 billion. So he's a legit billionaire.
Yeah, that's
Um,
crazy.
Only billionaire I've ever met, maybe will ever meet.
Yeah.
And if I do ever meet another one, like, then sorry if there's any billionaires that listen to this, or a billionaire, but I guarantee you it's going to be
No.
hard to top this family. They're good people. But yeah, he was outside in just like regular clothes.
Dang.
He was actually a guide for one of the girls.
Yeah.
He took her out, and when she killed deer, he gutted them. Like, he was, hands
He's
on.
just hands on.
Yeah, just hands on. Such a good guy.
Yeah.
And then I met his son. So he's got 2 kids. He's got a son and a daughter. His son, Jonathan Bill, me and him got real close.
Yeah.
He's not much older than we are. I think he's like low mid 30s. So
Oh, okay. He works out there.
yeah.
Yeah.
All of them live out there.
Oh,
they
really?
live on the ranch.
Do
Yeah.
they all have like their own houses out there and
Yes,
everything?
They all have these nice big houses. Which I guess there's only like 2. Like, his daughter and her husband have a house. His name's Carrie.
Yeah.
Him and my dad hit it off pretty quick. He was the cook. He did
Okay.
all the cooking, like, that they didn't cater.
Yeah.
Most of it was catered, but like lunch and stuff was
Yeah.
cooked, and he knows his way around the grill. I know that. But Carrie and his wife, which is Mr. Bill's daughter,
Yeah.
they have a house. And they've got kids or whatever. I don't know how many, but they had kids. And they had a nice house and theirs was on the high fence, like inside the high fence.
Okay.
And then Jonathan and his wife and their
Jonathan is his son. right?
Jonathan's his son.
Okay.
They had a house on the high fence too, up on the hill. It was beautiful.
Dang.
It was up on top of this, like the highest point
All
on the ranch.
all of them are set for life.
Oh yeah, like they're gonna do this for the rest of their life. Like,
Yeah.
that's all they do.
Yeah.
Awesome people
That's awesome.
too. Awesome people. They deserve it. Not your typical rich people.
Right.
Yeah, honestly.
Not stuck up or anything.
Exactly.
Genuine
They're just
people.
down to earth people.
Yeah.
And and it was like, okay, Buckmasters, they're gonna video it, you know, like it's gonna be on TV.
Mm-hmm.
So at first I'm like, okay, there's no way they're like these. They're just putting on a show for the cameras.
Yeah.
But you could tell real quick, like it was not just for the cameras. Like
Yeah.
they genuinely were good people, and they genuinely like did it out of the goodness of their heart.
Right.
But Austin, my guide, his dad, does all the construction for Mr. Bill.
Mm.
So they treat. I mean, they're not even family, and they treat them like family. You know, like
Yeah.
they're good people. Good people. I can't even like put it into words how good of people they are. But so we get out there, get everything set up, head out. Friday evening we hunt. One of the girls kills one. Mr. Bill's, the girl that he takes out, she kills one. We saw deer, but nothing like shootable.
Yeah.
So we were coming back like 5 o'clock in the morning to go out Saturday morning. And
So you're on the next day. Okay.
so the next day,
Do they do anything with y'all? Like after your hunt, do y'all just go straight back to the hotel or whatever? Or do y'all like hang out there? Or
yeah,
what?
no, we hung out. Good question, I forgot.
Oh.
We hung out. I forgot about this. So when we got done, like they fed us at the cabin, in quotes. If I could
Yeah.
move my arms, I'd be doing quotes.
Yeah.
'Cause there ain't no freaking cabin.
It's not a cabin.
No. Yeah.
Cabin. Yeah.
But they catered some, like I think it was a barbecue place,
Yeah.
but they had these steaks, like just the fattest, biggest steak,
Yeah.
huge, and it was way good. One of the best I ever had.
Like bigger than a 20-ounce steak.
Yeah, it was like, I don't even know. It was huge.
40-ounce.
It was like I was like hurting, and I only had like half of it. And it was massive.
Dang.
Way good.
Best steak you ever had.
One.
One of them.
It might have been the best. Sorry, Reggie and Joe over at Smoking Joe's. Y'all's is good too, but this one was just like unreal.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Sounds good.
It was so good, and so well, this kind of explains. Mr. Bill is nice, very nice dude.
Yeah.
But like, he's the boss. So what he
Yeah.
says is,
Goes.
and when he has a rule, like it's like
You
one of
better
the 10
follow that
commandments.
rule.
You follow it. You follow it. And so one of his rule, or two of his main rules were like that the guests don't pick up anything like trash, or there's trash there, like we get done eating, like someone comes around and throws it away for us. Like
Yeah.
we don't do that. And the people that were like the guides and stuff and the filmers from Buckmasters, they don't eat until all of us, all the hunters, all the guests have gotten their food.
Yeah.
And so one of the dads of one of the other girls, he had already eaten or something. I don't remember he wasn't hungry for some reason. And so we prayed and then went up there, got our food, come and sat down, and my dad is one of those that like waits.
Yeah.
You know how he waits till
Yeah.
everyone's already gotten their food and everything. So one of the guys comes over and is like, "Hey, go get your food." And Dad's like, "Oh, I'll wait." He's like, "No, go get it." He's
Yeah.
like, okay, so he goes and gets it, and then the guy that had already eaten was like right behind us, so we could hear him.
Yeah.
So that same guy walks over to him and he's like, "Hey, go get your food."
Yeah.
He's like, No, I'm good." And he's like, "No, go get your food."
Yeah.
Like it was
He's
like getting a little like not rude, but it was like a little more stern.
Yeah.
Like, go get it now.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, I've already eaten, so I'm not even really hungry. And he's like, okay, well, here's the deal. You either go get some food or you go tell Mr. Bill you're not hungry because
Yeah.
we can't eat until
Everybody's done.
gotten their plate.
Dang.
And so then, like I kind of do like a look around,
Yeah.
and all the guides and cameramen,
They're not eating.
they haven't moved. They're just sitting there.
That
And
one
they're
guy. That one guy. He's telling people to go because he's like,
Yeah,
man,
he's
I'm ready to
hungry.
eat a steak.
Yeah, he's hungry. He's just hungry. He wants
Yeah,
to. He
he's
wants to
hungry.
eat himself.
He's like, I haven't eaten 10
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah. So I look around and like everyone's like looking at this guy like, hey, hurry up so I can eat because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So he finally goes and gets his food, and then as soon as he was done, like it just like the floodgates opened. They all just
They
took
all
off.
took off running
But
like starving dogs.
Yeah, but it was like that's just like you respect whatever.
Yeah.
If he had a rule, then by gosh,
That's good. He has guys out there that
yeah.
follow those rules.
Right.
But I mean, obviously, he probably pays them pretty good money too.
Yeah, well, and if you're not gonna
follow the
follow
rules.
the rule, then see you later.
See you later.
And
Yeah.
he, very good guy, very funny guy. We joked around a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, I don't take anything serious.
Yeah.
But well, I joked around with him and stuff. But like, you could just tell when it come down to business, like
Yeah.
he was not scared to tell someone, hey, hit the road and don't come back. So
You gotta be that way though.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
If you don't, then they just walk all over
exactly, and they know how he wants it, and they know how he does stuff around there.
you.
So,
Yeah.
just such good family and such good people. I can't even. I could just talk about that for hours, but so we go back to the hotel, come back Saturday morning. We pull in at like 5:00, and the first person that we see, he's just sitting outside
Mhm.
drinking his coffee, Mr. Bill.
Oh, Steve Bill.
Yeah, and he's not even hunting. His girl
That's
killed
crazy.
one.
So she's done.
Yeah, he's just there.
Dang.
He's just there, like
Yeah. Just wanting to,
welcoming us in, and he just like that's
he was
just the
probably the
heart.
first one there.
Yeah, I guarantee it. I mean, that's just like the heart this guy had for.
Yeah.
Because these are called. I forgot to mention that these are called they're called life hunts, and so
Okay.
so people with like disabilities, normally like a lifelong illness like cancer or something, like they
Yeah.
get kids
Yeah.
to come on, and they do these hunts where it's all paid for and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and so
That's awesome.
So it's just a great foundation deal they got going on there.
So do they just do that for kids, or do they actually allow anybody to come out there and hunt?
It's mostly like younger.
I mean, sorry, not kids, but I meant like anybody with an illness or that's hurt or something like that. Do they only do Buckmasters for that, or do they actually have like people come and pay and hunt out there?
So
and stuff
people
like
can come and pay, but like Buckmasters doesn't film it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They only film the live
Buckmasters
hunts.
just does these live hunts.
Oh, okay.
So
That's awesome.
like you could, if you wanted to go kill something on their ranch, like you could buy
you could
that hunt.
pay that hunt. And
Yeah, and go
hunt.
and do it. But like Buckmasters was just their videoing because it was a live hunt.
Oh, okay.
But no, they normally do like kids, like younger kids,
Yeah.
up into like maybe high school age.
Yeah. So nobody really
Nobody really
your age.
No, nobody
Yeah.
older like my age. I think
It's probably the.
I was the
oldest
first.
you-
I think I was the first one to do the sip and puff deal,
Oh dang.
and like they got hurt,
Yeah.
like an injury like mine. But so we get there, we go out Saturday morning, and we I'm gonna blast. I'm gonna put them on blast. Not very many people know this about the hunt, and it's like it's been almost a year, so I'm sure he's okay with, and we got it fixed anyways. I'm sure he'll be okay with me telling this if he listens. But Austin, my God, we pull up, get out, and go up in the blind, and we get. So there's 4 of us in this blind, so it's kind of like you have to get situated, and like when you're sitting, you stay there because there's no like moving around. It's pretty packed.
Yeah.
And so we're getting like the whole camera stuff set up and everything, and Austin's like, "Hey, I'll go move that side by side. I'll go park it." I'm like, okay. So he goes down there and you hear, wow, boom. And I was like, I look at my dad and he looks at me and I'm like, we could like, you could tell just by a look, like
He done hit something.
He hit something.
Yeah.
And he didn't just like, he smoked something. And so he goes and parks it, and the tailgate was down on my side by side, and it smashed. He smashed the tailgate. He backed into a tree.
Dang.
Yeah.
Messed it all up.
Oh yeah, he
smashed
the tailgate. Yeah.
Dang.
Which wasn't that big. He's like, he gets in, he's so embarrassed. He's like,
yeah.
I'm so sorry. He's like
freaking out.
Bright red. His face is bright red. He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna pay you for that. Like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Like y'all just sponsor. Like y'all are paying for this whole hunt. Like,
yeah.
We can pay to fix that. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So sorry, Austin, if you didn't want people to know. It was just too good not to tell.
That's funny.
But yeah, he smacked. I mean, just like, boom, and it rang through the. And he stepped on it. Smack! It just smoked. So he goes and parks it. Well, then they have like these trucks with or like vehicles with these automatic like corn feeders on the front, and so he drives that. He leads us in that. So when we got situated, he went down there, drove it out there, and turned it on. And when the deer hear the of that deal spinning and throwing corn, they know what it is. So they know that there's corn on the ground. So like
it's almost like when I've only seen it a few times when when they go out to like your family goes out and feeds cows and stuff like that. They come running and all that stuff. It's almost like
how
those
the deer. Yeah, the deer are trained just like
it's almost
that.
like they're cattle.
Yeah, no, really, they are. Like in a ranch, like a high fence ranch like that.
Yeah.
They really, it's kind of like cattle.
Yeah. Take good care of them.
Yeah, so he
and kill them.
Brings them up and then just slaughter them.
Yeah.
So he goes out there and does that, pulls off, and it's dark still,
Yeah.
You can just barely see like shapes, and there's like shapes everywhere out there.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of deer out there, and it's too dark.
You can't see anything.
Yeah, you can't see them yet, and it's like you can't shoot yet. So he's like, crap. He gets down, and he's like getting down, and I'm like, what's he doing, Dad? And he's like, I don't know. He starts walking out there, and Dad's like, no way he's fixing to run these deer off. He goes out there and like, clapping and running,
get out of here.
running deer off because they were going to eat up all the corn before
corn.
the sun came up, and then they were going to be gone.
Yeah.
So he literally goes out there and runs deer off to make for sure that there was still corn.
It's kind of risky.
Yeah.
Because but yeah, I mean.
As soon as he literally walks off, and he's like 10 yards away from the corn, and deer are coming back.
They're coming back.
Yeah, like
they're not even scared of people.
No, they're not scared. And so he comes back. Well, there were supposed to be some like bad storms move in like Saturday afternoon into Saturday night.
Yeah.
And so we weren't sure if we were going to get to come back for Saturday night. And then the hunt's only till Sunday morning.
So y'all go out multiple times throughout the day?
Yeah, twice. You go in the morning and then like
in the evening?
Afternoon, evening.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, so they were really wanting to get me on one this morning because
before those storms.
Yeah, because we didn't know if we were going to get to go Saturday night. So a little while later, a nice 8-point. What? It's an 8, isn't it?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 8 point.
8 point.
And also, we'll pause for a second, but I just learned this past weekend what it meant for certain points on the deer. I didn't know that you had to actually like count the points. So
I wasn't gonna blast you like that.
That's
no,
how
but-
that's how much I know about hunting. Is I just found out.
And
I've been living in Sulphur for 12 years, and people talk about these points all the time, but I just like never
just
asked.
Huh?
I thought it'd be embarrassing to ask, but finally, like now, I don't really care. So, like, I asked Dawson this past weekend.
Yeah,
He told me so.
I wasn't gonna roast you like that. I was just gonna act like you knew what it was.
Yeah,
This whole
I'm a
time.
professional. I know what I've killed me a couple 8 points. No, but yeah, was a whitetail or something like that. Yeah, it's over there on his wall. We'll show you
Yeah.
pictures at the end.
Yeah. They mounted them for us too. Like they paid to get them mounted and everything. So, I dropped that whitetail like 70 or 80 yards. It wasn't that far. Dropped him and had a little emotion. I mean, for those of you that know my dad, you know he's not a very emotional person. But we shed some tears. I'm not gonna lie, you know,
Yeah.
just because like
Well, you never
6 months before that, it was like I'm not gonna be able to do this.
Yeah, were you ever gonna
Yeah.
hunt again? Yeah.
So it was like,
It's
and, you know, it was
understandable.
emotional, and it was like not just me and my dad, but like Austin.
It's an awesome moment too.
Yeah.
I feel
It was pretty cool, and Austin, like that's just the heart these guys had was like they were genuine. Like you can't fake.
He
You
shed a
can't
tear
fake
too.
Tears like that.
Yeah,
He's not an actor, so
and
like,
you're on, you're on TV.
Yeah.
or they're filming it, so you
Right.
also don't want to show that side of
Yeah.
yourself. But that's
Um,
awesome that he felt that moment.
I'm pretty sure Dad, when he felt himself getting a little emotional, he grabbed the camera and threw it out the window.
Your dad?
Yeah, no, I'm joking, but
I could see that.
does that
though.
would that surprise you?
No,
like,
Joe, like, get this camera on my
yeah,
face.
I'm starting to get emotional. Let's destroy any evidence. But so we go down there, and I'm thinking once we kill one, we're probably done. Like that's
Yeah.
it. So I mean, I was thankful. Like I was excited.
Yeah.
We go down there and then take pictures and do the whole TV deal, and then they're like, and Austin's like, all right, well, maybe that rain will hold off so we can get back out here tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? We're going back?
Yeah.
I'm thinking one deer and you're done. And he's like,
Right.
oh no, we're still looking for that trophy. We're still going to try. We're
So
still
that
going to put you on
wasn't
trophy.
that wasn't the trophy deer.
No, that wasn't it. I mean, it's not a bad deer either.
Yeah. No, it looks big.
Yeah, it's a. I mean, it's not like it's not a monster or anything.
Yeah.
But it's a good deer.
No, that looks like.
I would have been happy. I mean, really
I mean,
with
just
anything.
even the body size. I mean, I know it doesn't have the full body, but just.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
The
a big.
shoulders
It's a
and
big.
stuff.
It's a big deer. It's
Yeah.
kind of stocky looking.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh sweet, they're gonna let me shoot another one.
Yeah.
And they actually let all of us shoot 2 animals, which they don't do that
They
at
don't
every
normally
ranch.
do. Yeah.
So
Well,
we.
because they be. I mean, I know they're not in it for all the money. They're just trying to help people out, but that's money they're losing out
yeah,
on.
yeah, like for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're losing. I mean, this is free hunts, so like every deer that drops is like.
Is money
Money out of
gone?
their
Yeah.
pocket.
Yeah.
But that's so like.
That's
there's
awesome though.
There's just a lot of examples throughout this story that shows like that they don't care. They just do it
Yeah.
because they're good people.
Right.
So we come back like in the afternoon, and Austin's like, "Hey, you know what black buck is?" And I'm like, "No." Dom, I'm gonna guess you don't know what it is either.
No, I don't know what a black buck is.
So it's like in that you know what an antelope is?
I know what an
Not-
antelope is.
no.
Yeah.
Antelope. Is that what it? Yeah, it's an antelope family. I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm drawing a blank now.
Like what the cheetahs chase
If I'm, yeah.
in the safari.
If I'm wrong, correct me because that doesn't sound right. But I'm pretty sure. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's like in the. And does the antelope have one horn? It's just one singular horn.
Trying to remember.
Well,
I think they got 2 horns, but I thought.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
not really
one on
sure.
each side.
Oh, okay.
Just one
I thought
straight.
I was like, I don't think it's a
No,
unicorn.
No, no, like one on each side.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it doesn't have like points.
They're kind of like swirled. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe whatever. Yeah, it's a like in the antelope family.
Yeah.
And so, but it's like a little miniature antelope, and it's black,
Dang.
and it's got just one horn on each side that just like grows straight out.
The heck.
Yeah, and they're kind of weird looking. Like they're not any tall. Like they're little.
Yeah.
And he's like, we've got some out here, and they like to be in the middle of flat areas because they're their natural predator. It's like like something fast, like a lion or something.
Oh, so they like their.
So they stay in flat areas
so
where
they can see
around.
around each other and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
So they can see something trying
Pretty
to
smart.
creep up on them.
Because
Yeah,
their antelope are pretty fast, right? I'm pretty
yeah.
sure.
I don't know about a black buck though. I don't think.
You don't think that they're fast?
I mean, I think they're decently fast, but like whatever it is that
could definitely catch them.
that gets them, like
yeah.
they stay in the flat because they can't really.
They need to get a head
They
start.
gotta have a pretty good head start, I guess. But anyways, they have a big wheat field and they hang out in the middle of the wheat field. Who's this?
That is Destry.
What's up, Des?
You want to see Destry's costume?
Yeah, show them your Halloween.
You can just stand right in front of us.
I'm Coach Gillo.
That's
Sorry,
good.
guys. I didn't know y'all were making a podcast.
No,
You're
you're
fine.
good. It didn't record Sunday, so we're having to redo it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're okay.
Sorry, guys.
you're good.
Bye.
See you, Des.
Her costume's funny.
Yeah, it is. It's good, huh?
Yeah.
But they were gonna like no promises, but we're gonna try to put you on black buck. So, we're gonna go out in the field see if they're in there. So we go out.
So y'all went out to like the open field. to
Yeah,
see
we
it?
like went.
or I guess a distance from the
Yeah.
open field.
And they weren't out there, so like we're driving around the field. He's like, "All right, we'll go get in the stand, look for that big whitetail." So we get about halfway around the field, and Larry, the camera guy, he was looking back like the direction we came from. He's like, "Hey, what's that over there?" And Austin pulls up his binoculars, and it's like, "Oh, it's fallow deer. 3 of them." He's like, he gets out his phone, and now, like, after looking back, it's like, pretty sure he was texting Mr. Beal,
Yeah.
like, "Hey, do you care if he kills one of these?"
Right.
Because he was on his phone for a second, and then he puts, like, as he's putting it up, he's like, "Let's go take a look at him."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool, but I've never seen one in person, but also, like, I want to go kill a deer.
Yeah.
I don't really want to watch. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm not going to tell him, like,
Yeah.
I don't want to, So we turn around and go back the way we were going, got like 100 yards from them, and they took off running, jumped the fence, got on the other side of the wheat field, and then they just they had like 189 yards.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was 189 yards is where they were messing around at. They stopped there. I'm looking at them. They're looking at them through their binoculars, and I'm looking at them
Yeah.
through my scope, and I'm looking. I forgot to explain the gun mount. So we'll do that
We can
at
do
the
it.
end.
We'll explain it. You might not know exactly what he's talking
Yeah.
about, but we can explain it after.
So, I'm looking at him through the scope, just getting a closer look, and he's like, "You see him? You on him?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Can you get a shot?" And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Can you get a shot on one?" And I was like, yeah. And like at this point, I didn't know I was going to get to shoot one. So,
was there a bunch of them, or was
3
it just,
of 'em.
Oh, there's 3.
yeah, there was just 3 of them. One of each color.
Dang.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And so he turns around. Turns around to my dad. He's like, "Dad, do you care if he shoots one?" And he's like, "He can shoot whatever he wants."
Yeah.
So I'm like, then I start getting nervous. I start shaking. You hear my chair like click, 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 because I'm like
Shaking
I'm
so
getting that buck
much.
fever, and I'm just
Yeah.
shaking. He's like, well, if you can get on one, shoot it. So the like regular color, like the tan one that looks like a deer,
Yeah.
like the same color as like a whitetail deer,
Yeah.
was the biggest. And I was on him first, and then he got behind a tree. So then there was a chocolate one, and I got on him. Boom! I shot, folded him right where he
Dang.
at 189 yards. I didn't know how far it was,
Dang.
and that's the second furthest shot they've ever had on a live hunt.
That's
Um,
crazy. I mean,
yeah.
that's far.
Yeah, yeah. It was a good poke. I knew
Yeah.
it was a long ways, but like they're such big animals and stuff that
Yeah.
like it doesn't seem like it was that
It doesn't
far.
seem very far
Mm-mm.
because they're so big.
Yeah, but I rolled them up and
Everybody go crazy.
yeah, everyone went crazy. I'm going crazy.
Your dad.
My dad's going crazy. Austin, the guide was going the craziest out. Like I shot him and rolled him up, and he like jumps out because we're in my side. I shot him out of the front seat of my side by side,
Yeah.
and he jumps out of the driver's seat. He's like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh!" He's going crazy. He runs over and he's like, "Dude," he's hugging me and stuff. And I'm like, like my dad's just back there, just like, he's like,
He's
you can
trying to
tell-
keep his cool.
You can tell like he's excited, but also Joe,
Yeah.
Big Joe, and he's like, I'm cool. I'm
Yeah.
Big Cool Joe. I don't get excited. So he's like trying to contain it, and Austin is just like.
Going nuts.
I thought at one point he was going to do like cartwheel and a backflip, like he was going nuts. So we go
Cool.
over.
It's cool that they get excited
Exactly,
about that
yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
So we went and did all the video and TV stuff, but I actually got to kill a fallow deer, which is not that you don't get to kill exotics on these hunts.
Oh, really?
No,
They just want you to
You kill
like,
whitetail.
regular
that's
whitetail.
it. Like no matter what ranch it is,
Mm-hmm.
because this live hunt they do them at a bunch of different ranches.
Yeah.
And you only shoot whitetail, and so
Yeah.
like it was
That's
pretty
cool.
cool that they let me.
It's awesome.
I mean, it was way cool they let me kill one. But yeah, it was an awesome trip, and I've been bragging on the family and stuff like this whole time. But I can't even explain how good of people they were and how good they treated us, and
Yeah.
they're freaking awesome people.
Yeah.
But Dom's got a video of the. You got any questions about the hunt or anything that come to mind?
No, I don't think so. I mean, did they have like a? I think you had told me before a while back because you actually invited. I think you might have invited me to go with you, but y'all had like a banquet, right, or something like that, or
Oh yeah,
about the.
yeah. So we killed them, and then they mounted them for us and everything, and then they present you with the mount at a banquet in Brownwood again. You go back for a big banquet, and all the hunters from all the live hunts of that year,
Yeah.
they do like a big banquet and present all of us with our mounts, and I'm the only one with an exotic mount, so everyone's like, oh, and I didn't mind that attention one bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm in front. The GGs went.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the GGs and Cole, and then my parents and both sets of my grandparents went, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm posted up in front of it like, yeah, I killed, yeah, this is mine. Like,
Mine's better than all y'all's.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, you can look, but you can't touch,
It's massive. It's over
Yeah.
here on his wall.
It's
We'll
big. And I
His
don't,
antlers almost
yeah,
touch the ceiling.
yeah, I mean, it's this my smart shed is not tall enough for a mount like that, really. Like,
Yeah.
you're sitting on my couch, and if you're like
If
a
it
tall
was
fella,
alive, it could sneeze right on your head.
yeah, if you're a tall fella, you would like catch a nose right to the forehead, getting up off that couch. But
Yeah, it's pretty.
yeah, they do this big banquet and like auction off like guns. It's like their that's what they.
Kind of get the money. To
It's the
fund
money
it and
to
stuff.
fund the next year's hunts.
Okay.
So like, they're
Oh, so these were hunts that they did all that past year. Or
yeah,
whatever,
and then they
one
do
big
that, and
banquet.
then they do like these like they auction off guns and just the
Help
littlest
raise money.
little things to like
Yeah.
big like couple day hunts and stuff. So like they auctioned off a dog for like
Like a live dog.
like a puppy for like $5,000.
Good lord.
No, yeah, because well, I mean like
What was it? Like a nice dog, or like what kind of dog was it? Like was it an expensive dog?
yeah, but
you
not
know,
like
$5,000
no,
expensive.
not like that. But
that was
that's
just
like-
somebody.
So all the owners of the ranches
Yeah.
come to this banquet.
Oh, okay.
So there's like a bunch of like very
Rich.
wealthy people.
Yeah.
And so like they raise a lot of money doing
Dang.
this. I mean, they raise enough to do all the hunts.
Yeah.
In this one banquet.
and
so
pay
like
for everybody's meals
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Yeah.
so like there was a lot of money raised that day.
That's crazy.
But yeah, if you don't have any more questions, then we'll
Yeah.
show them the video because I know it's 3:20. We've
I'll
got
have a question after the video, but we'll
Okay.
go with this.
we gotta get you home so you can get Claire ready to go trick or treating.
Yep. All right.
So there it is. If my dad would get his big gray head out of the way. That deal that he's holding on to is the straw that I sip on to pull the trigger. And then my mom's gonna she'll do a 360 view of it here. Hang on, Papa.
So does that like sit in your lap? How's that
No,
work?
so there's a plate. You see my grandma standing on it right there?
Oh, yep. I
That
see
plate slides under my cushion.
Okay.
So it sets right kind of in my lap.
Okay.
And then that deal that's over the scope, almost like the camera deal, that's what it is. It's a camera. That little screen is a camera. So you're seeing my swimming pool there. There's crosshairs in the middle. It's kind of hard to see, but so that's how you aim it. And then there's a little like lever right in front of the trigger. So whenever I sip on that straw, it sips it into that trigger, so it pulls the trigger.
It's a little wiggly too.
Yeah, it's a little wobbly. It's not like it's just because we were standing. My Nana's standing on it.
Yeah.
But one thing it didn't show is there's a like a joystick
Mm-hmm.
that's right by my chin. So
Yeah.
that's how I move like what I'm aiming at. That's how I
Okay.
move the gun.
Yeah.
And so I moved that with my chin, and then my grandpa, you can see him sitting there with the battery
Yeah.
on the. Yeah, I don't know if you could even really see it, but what it was.
But
is-
nobody has to hold on to the battery while
Yeah.
she.
No. That's to be able to like see the screen and stuff for it to pop up. You gotta hook it up,
Okay.
and so we didn't have it hooked up yet, so he was just holding it to it.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing, but yeah, that's what it looks like. I think I covered everything.
Can
on
you
that.
can you always exchange whatever guns on the mount?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you
It'll
if you bought a new gun, you can
if
you
it's
take that one off.
if
put
it's
it
got
on
a trigger, it can fit to it. So
there. Okay.
it'll actually even fit to a crossbow.
Dang.
I don't think you knew that.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I've got.
Because the crossbow has the trigger on it and everything.
Yeah, but it'll fit to a crossbow, so I could go crossbow.
But if they had like this little, like for one of those, what do you call them? Like a compound bow. What do you call them? Like the ones where you pull,
When you
it
pull
back.
it back, yeah,
It'd be funny if they had like its own little hand. You just blew in it.
yeah. They don't have that yet. I wouldn't put it past them. They might find a way to do
There
it.
might be a way out
It'd
there.
be like sipping to pull it back, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that would be cool. We
That
need
would
to
be cool.
trademark that.
Maybe we can invent it. And,
Yeah,
and
make a
then,
lot of money off that.
Yeah, take it to Shark Tank.
Then we'll build a high fence and do the same thing.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
do
raise
this-
enough
we'll do the
money
live
to
hunts and
do
stuff.
live hunts.
Um,
Not trying to take your idea, but a little bit.
yeah, just a little
with
bit.
bows.
But yeah, you can shoot crossbow. Like they even have like a pistol.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't think
Maybe you
we
can just
have
take
that.
it to like a firing range and
Yeah.
use the pistol. That's
Yeah,
cool.
you can shoot anything with a trigger.
Yeah, that's cool.
It'll fit to that pistol. You have to get like a different attachment.
Oh, okay.
But
That's cool. Pistol.
yeah, so anything with a trigger. So
It's awesome.
I think I covered everything.
think so.
You see anything that I didn't cover? I think the chin deal, the
Yeah.
straw.
You explained the trigger. I've never seen it in action. I when you got it, it was in pieces. So that's technically the first like full look of it. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like how it's all set up. It
Yeah, it's
looks
neat.
legit. Now, when I know when like normally when you shoot a gun, it has a kick. Like how does that work? Like it's not all up in your face or anything.
No, it
kicks back.
it kicks up. It just kind of it goes up. Really, it doesn't go towards me.
Yeah.
It just kind of kicks
It
up.
just
but
goes kind of.
It's like strapped into that deal.
Yeah.
And then with me like setting on it, I've got all my weight on that.
Yeah.
The flat part that's under my butt.
So because I was wondering, I know like where your dad was,
Yeah.
which I know where your dad is. He's a lot closer than probably where you would
Yeah.
be. But like I was just wondering, make sure
it doesn't. It
won't hit you in the
from
face or something.
from a video, like if you're videoing from like kind of the front side.
Yeah.
When I shoot, it looks like it just smacked him in the face.
Yeah.
No, but there's a little bit of room. I mean, it's not like
A lot, but enough to where it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah, it's not going to hit me.
Yeah.
But like I can't lean up any further. It might
It might hit you.
pop me in the nose. But no, it kicks. But instead of kicking like back into like your shoulder,
Yeah.
it just kicks up. So
Okay.
it stays away from my face.
That's cool.
Yeah.
One question before we end it and everything. I know like if y'all haven't seen his first podcast, you can go back and listen to it. But like when he talked about in his first podcast, he talked about being in kind of a dark place when he first got to Craig. I know probably that dark place was probably you know, not knowing what was going to be next.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're still on the ventilator and all that stuff.
Yeah.
When you learned about being able to shoot, did that help you kind of get out of that? Or, you know, how did you feel when you found out that you were going to be able to go hunt and shoot a gun?
Good question.
Thanks.
Jeez. You put some thought in this one, didn't you?
I did. Because you've never told me.
Yeah.
I know we hang out all the time, but we don't get into and I know some people might have that, you know, question how you felt when you first found out.
So, yeah, obviously, like, from Oklahoma City, you know, like, once I kind of came to, kind of got off the meds and stuff, and realized, like, what was going, you know, it kind of sank in, like, I'm paralyzed.
Yeah.
All the hobbies that I had before are done. You know, like, I just started limiting myself.
Yeah.
And I go around, I speak at churches and stuff and give my testimony, but then I've started going around to different places. Like I went to the FCCLA district convention.
Yeah, I seen some
Wednesday.
pictures on that.
Yeah, and like those I'd give like a motivational type of speech. Like
Yeah.
I talk about coaching and stuff, like still doing stuff that, and I give like some tips.
Yeah.
You know, and like one of them is like not setting limitations on yourself, because I immediately started doing that, you know, and so like mentally I was in a dark place, you know, thinking like
You're never going to get to do
I'm just going to
anything.
lay in bed like for the rest of my life. You
Right.
know, like that sucks.
Yeah.
I'm thankful I'm still alive, but
Yeah.
also like laying in bed, that's not going to be fun.
Yeah. Well, you laid in bed for how long
3
when you
weeks.
were in 3 weeks?
Yeah, so like,
that was terrible.
yeah, you know, and that 3 weeks felt like it was like forever.
Yeah, months.
So I was like, man, you know, this is gonna stink. And so I got to Craig,
Yeah.
and like I say when I go around and speak in when I do like the motivational type deals, is like Craig you saved my life, and then Craig gave me my life back.
Yeah, that's
Showed me
awesome.
ways to do stuff. Just it's gonna look different than what I thought at first.
Yeah.
But there's still ways to do all the stuff that I love. And so, you know, I get there and they're like, what's your hobby? I tell them like hunting. I love to hunt,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like,
That will never be
well,
possible.
I
again.
got there, you know, and they're like, we got to fit you to a chair. We got to get you up. And I'm like, no.
It all happens so fast.
I denied, like, I'm like, no, I'm not getting up. You know,
Yeah.
I'm staying in this chair or staying in this bed, you know. And so I kind of thought it was like kind of like they were just trying to get me up, you know, like kind of boost my spirits. Like, oh, maybe I can hunt, you know.
Yeah, they noticed
just
you were
to get me in
down
a
and trying to
chair,
help
yeah.
you out. Yeah.
So I didn't really think there was a way to do it, but when they showed me, it boosted my spirits a little bit, and so
That's good.
obviously, you know, I'm very hard headed, and I've like confidence is not something I lack in, and so
Yeah.
I just needed that little
Boost.
kick in the rear
Yeah.
of like, hey, quit feeling sorry for yourself,
Yeah.
like you.
It's kind of like
Those-
God telling you.
Yeah, like it was God getting a hold of me, like, hey,
Yeah.
you can still do that kind of stuff. It's just
Yeah.
you got to find modified ways to do it.
Yeah.
And so,
Adapt.
yeah, adaptive ways to do
Yeah.
it. And so like it was like, okay, I was like, that's kind of what I feel like that's kind of got me over that hump. And then now, you know, right after that, it was like, I'm gonna do
everything.
I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. It
Yeah.
may look different, but there's nothing I can't do now. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, that definitely like played a huge part in how I'm still like up and active and like
Yeah.
have the outlook I have on life was, and always happy is because of that. Honestly,
Yeah.
I mean that's where it started was going
Yeah.
down that basement and shooting that deal.
Kind of
was
brought
like-
you back to life.
Yeah, it like I said, it was just it was like God kind of picked me up and brushed off.
It's like
brushed off
you're
my
gonna be
drawers.
okay.
Yeah, dusted off my drawers and said, "Quit feeling sorry for yourself, you sissy." So yeah, that was a good question though.
Thank you.
But
Well, thanks for sharing.
yeah, so that's all we got. You got anything else? That's all I got.
No.
Y'all make for sure to like and subscribe if you watch on YouTube. Like and subscribe to the channel. And if you listen on Spotify, follow and can you like the videos on Spotify?
I think you can like them and 5 stars. You
Yeah.
can do 5 stars.
Rate
and
us
stuff
and
like that.
give us all the good stuff.
Yeah.
If you don't think it's very good, then please don't give us 0 stars. Just don't watch it anymore.
And remember you can ask questions in the comments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'll try to answer, or because most of the questions will probably be geared towards him. If you have questions for me, whatever. But
Yeah, ask them
we'll-
for sure.
Yeah, we'll try to get those answered in other podcasts and
Or
stuff
anything.
Like
If you've got you've got something you want us to talk about, we'll
Yeah.
talk about any and everything. So leave them in the comments. You know, we'll take the ideas for sure.
Stay tuned to the end of the video. There'll be some pictures of Dawson's hunt
Yeah.
and how maybe show some videos of Craig and stuff like that.
All right. So thank y'all for tuning in and watching or listening. Thanks for the support. Thank you for listening to this episode. If you have questions, ask them in the comments and I will answer them on the next episode. If you are wanting to reach me for a speaking engagement, you can reach out through either the God's Got This Facebook page or my email that is in the podcast description. Thanks again, and remember that no matter what you are going through in life, you can always find peace in the fact that God's got this.